Welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. I'm Mary Winkenwerder. While some unions between two people may be strong, there's always room for a little bit something more to inspire passion. Throughout history, passion seekers have created beautiful elixirs to express their commitment to undying love. This episode of Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report, we meet with a brand that has captured the essence of their ode d'amour with a fragrance called Marriage. Jenny Triplett and Rufus Triplett joins us this episode. Jenny and Rufus, how are you?
Hey,
I'm good.
I love it that she said my name first.
I don't know about her, but I'm good.
Right? Welcome
Ladies
to the show.
first.
It's great to have you on. So, share with us the inspiration behind the creation of the Marriage fragrance.
You want me to go? Since she said my name first. I'll explain it to you. The inspiration behind the creation is that we were honored as Ebony Magazine's Couple of the Year for 2012.
Right.
And with that honor, we were gifted the creation of a fragrance. And when we went, the lady thought it was just going to be every type of fragrance, that you have just out there, Britney, Beyonce, everybody has a fragrance. Right. And we were like, no, we don't do, the perfumes and everything. We'd rather do an oil, which was very different. And that just really piqued her curiosity because she was really into essential oils and everything. And so we had to blend and we had to mix, and actually we were experts at it. Because
Didn't she just ask a simple question?
I'm explaining.
Oh my
I'm explaining. You have to get the essence.
I guess I should have answered.
No. We won't go there with that. But we had to blend and mix and everything, and with that, we picked out perfect notes: the top notes, the middle notes, the base notes and everything. We had never done this before, had any type of experience in doing it, but we just went with what our noses.
We were just picking oils. We didn't know nothing about no top note.
We went with what we liked with our noses. Our noses, created the smell.
Absolutely, because you're attracted, because individual olfactory is actually attracted to certain scents.
Right. And, being female and being male and everything, what we actually ended up making was a unisex scent. And we did it accidentally, but it turned out to be...
Tripped that lady out.
Yes, it
really? Oh my gosh.
That she's never had that happen before. Never.
Well, as long as I've been around people who have created fragrances, it doesn't happen that fast. It's not as precise. Seriously, it's not. I mean, it's a tedious art that is absolutely, you either have a passion for it or you don't. And obviously you do, because you got it right the first time.
Yeah,
well, that's what she said, but hey.
Right, it's saying it is a passion, but it's something we had never been introduced to before. We were just like strangers, we were new to all this.
We were doing all this stuff?
Yeah, we doing, sipping everything. Yeah, I like that. Okay, this smells good. And, of course, we were doing it kind of separately, but together, so it's not comparing.
I was doing my own thing.
Then we ended up, it was actually liking the same smells. It was all very strange, the whole aura around the whole thing. So we're saying it was definitely meant to be.
That's wonderful. So in deciding to name your creation, what were the determining factors in the final decision to name the product Marriage?
I did it.
So that was your doing, Rufus.
It was simple. I'm all about marriage. I'm all about healthy marriages. I ain't about the marriages that just don't make no
right.
Drive-by marriages.
But it's all about marriage with me, and she tripped out with the name. Like, oh, that is an awesome name too. I'm like, what?
You don't hear anything out there that's named like that. You want to go with something, a name that would be attractive to people, and I think in the back of people's minds, most people, otherwise all these bridal shows would not exist. Most people want to get married. They make a big deal about it. There's pomp and circumstance.
Sure.
And a lot of people want to stay married. So we thought it was a good thing. Plus, we've been married for how long?
Whoa. Hold your horses. That ain't even necessary.
That's wonderful. I think that's wonderful that you've been married for a long time. And, this is a celebration. So this fragrance is a celebration. It's a personal celebration. And not only that, but when I first experienced it, my take on it was that you could go anywhere with this. This was a marriage of thoughts, a marriage of, a union of two people who were committed to one another. It could be a union of friendship. It could be a union in business. I mean, all of those, also, connotate marriage. So, I mean, I think it's really well-rounded.
She puts a great spin on it, but you're talking about somebody who was really like amateurs and just kind of taking baby steps with the whole thing. She saw the whole big picture, She just saw the whole...
Completely.
Evidently, she see the big picture.
I'm sorry?
I'm talking about her. She's seeing all...
Yeah.
She got all kind of billboards up and everything.
Yeah, the billboards are bright. I mean, what you're doing is really cool.
That's funny.
Okay, the fragrance is powerful. I've tried it on, I've sampled it thoroughly, and I have sampled it for over a month. You sent me a few vials of the fragrance. It can stand on its own, but can rival some of the world's most precious scented potions, in my opinion. So let's talk about the ingredient makeup of the product. The fragrance is so unique with its one-of-a-kind blend, and I was really... I'll put a fragrance on, I'll test it in different parts of my body, on my clothing, and different, behind my ears, on my temples, and I really do put it through, I want to say, a multiple, length test. But, I mean, when I first applied this fragrance, I really, what do you say? Rufus, be good. Okay. When I sampled this product, I absolutely was bowled over because it can rival some of the big fragrances or the more established fragrances from some of the larger fragrance houses.
Cool.
Well, we definitely appreciated that. I wanted, when I saw you on Twitter and I saw what you did, I was in the sampling phase as far as sending out samples to people, and I sent it out to a lot of people. Very few responded, but I definitely appreciated your response.
Thank you very much.
As far as that was concerned, because I mean, like I said, this is all new to us. So to say that it rivals something that's just like a Chanel or, something that's very high end, I mean, it wasn't our intent.
You ain't say that when I said it. I just said it the other day. Ain't that something?
What you say don't count. So it didn't matter when you said it, okay?
I got you.
But see, she's experienced. She knows what she's talking about.
So, and I'll be honest with you, in terms of my experience, I have been trained to some extent, but there are those who have been trained far more extensively. But with the training that I have, and having worked with fine fragrances and owning some and still writing about them, yes, I mean, seriously, I mean, I want to say the texture of the fragrance, number one, certainly, I mean, it's pure. The oils that you have used are pure oils. There is no alcohol breakdown. There's nothing to break anything down. And the reason why I know that is because of the way that it glided over my skin, immediately went into my skin, it bound to the skin, and then it wore for hours. Not just an hour and a half, not just 2 hours, but hours. So, it is a quality fragrance. I mean, when you got it right the first time, your perfumier, she was serious. She wasn't trying to flatter you.
Yeah, she was pretty impressed, but 6 to 8 hours is what we're getting as far as the feedback,
right.
With the wear of it, and then the way it smells on a man and the way it smells on a woman.
Right.
So that's what we really love. What? That's what we really like.
You better start giving me my props.
Unisex. You're not experienced.
I'm experienced, all right.
I'll give you your props, okay? You know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm glad you're here.
See, this one here.
I'm glad you're here to give him his props, okay? But as far as the ingredients, we went with ambergris as a base note because that was what we both, the smell and just the attractiveness of the smell.
Right.
And we didn't know anything about it, because we were just there doing that. And we've researched it after, creating it. And we understand that ambergris is like one of the purest of oils that you could ever possibly get. We didn't know it. We just went, with what the scent was and how it made us feel, when we smelled it.
Oh, that's so impressive.
It is.
No, it really is, because I think that, everything that you need to know is inside yourself. So if you followed your bliss and you followed your heart on that, then, you created a product of purity from what was within.
Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report is brought to you by Marriage Fragrance. Add marriage to your fun fragrance collection at www.mariacafragrance.com.